Shadowblade here with another episode of Factorio. When last we left, we were looking at automating some of our electronic circuit boards and getting batteries going so that we can do blue science, wherever that is, here. So in order to do that, we need to set up a ferric chloride dillywom. I took apart the one that we had elsewhere. And what I want to do here is let's go ahead and we're going to build this, but we're going to build it kind of backwards. So here's where our initial storage of the ferric chloride solution will be. To make that, we need an advanced chemical plant, which we will put right here. This is going to be making ferric chloride solution. We'll have for now, we're just going to have a box that we are putting iron ore into this, because I don't want to pipe iron ore all the way down here just for this. Maybe in the future, I mean, more than likely what we'll do is we'll just change this with robotics once we get robotics going, and it will just always request certain amounts of iron ore. So now that is there, we need hydrogen chloride gas. So since we're going to have a gas that we're going to be using, we'll just put a tank here that will hold that hydrogen chloride gas. And to make hydrogen chloride gas, we need another advanced chemical station here, like so. This is going to be making hydrogen chloride gas, thank you, which requires chlorine and hydrogen. So we'll have two more of these guys here. I don't think we can do that, so let's go like this and this with a little bit of stone pipe. Now, while we can make plastic pipe, aside from color preference, really the only reason to use the better pipes is for their underground distances, right? Because plastic pipe, the size is 20, a stone pipe, the size is 20. So for gases, it's the size that you want. You want the biggest size. For fluids, you want the smaller size. So that's why we use copper pipe for everything, except we'll use like plastic underground, and this is size 5 brass undergrounds for taking things long distances. All right, so we've got that here. So we need chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. Luckily, we can do that in this here. If we do, what is it? It's kind of like the salt water breakdown. Oh, I don't think it is in that. I think it's in this, our electrolyzer. Yeah, saline water electrolysis. So we're taking chlorine, or we're getting chlorine, hydrogen, and then sodium hydroxide. So we'll go like this. We're going to take some more stone pipe here. And that does line up, right? Yes. And then we're also going to take some pipe here, because we're going to need to flare off amounts of this stuff. So we're going to put it there, and we're going to put in a overflow valve. And what this does is that basically whenever this is 80% or more, it will start to flare this off. And the reason we're doing that is, if you notice, we make more hydrogen than we do chlorine, but this requires equal amounts. So eventually this will get overdone, and that won't be good. We don't need to flare this off, we just need to flare off the hydrogen so that we don't have too much. And then what we need here is saline water. So we are going to do our handy dandy plant here. I suppose we can put it offset it a little bit. Except there's trees. Cursed trees. Always with the trees. Get out of my face. Don't you see I'm trying to build some stuff here? Alright, so if we go like this, we want saline water, and then, of course, we'll just take our pump here. Sure. Regular water. Lithia water. Purified water. Now, while I am using this, the water bore pumps for ease and cleanliness of stuff, I don't need to. And I'm going to try and not use the other things. So like have it just pump up purified water or pump up, I don't know what that Lithia water stuff is. But we'll put a pipe right there. And then we just need to power all this stuff. So let's see. We can make these new medium electric poles that are like super big. Like this and this. And then we need one right over here. Okay. Now this should... Oh, we forgot one tiny little detail. Let's go and do this. And we'll do that. We need some way to clear off this sodium hydroxide. And there we go. Now we are making ferric chloride solution. Excellent. Now what we use that for is for our circuit boards. Here, we need copper plate, tin plate, and phenolic boards. Okay. Well, so now that we have this, we also know that we need for here, these transistors, we're going to need plastic. Everything else we can kind of make, and I haven't quite looked up the ratios for this, on how we do this. Right now we make, I wanted to check this out a little bit. With our other circuits over here, that's 1 per second, right? If it has all this stuff, it makes it every 1 second. And this is, so right now we're making 2 per second. I would kind of like to do the same thing with these electronic circuit boards, but you can see it's 5. It takes 5 seconds. So we would need 10 of our electronic assembling machines here. And actually, let's not do that right now because we have a limited supply of electronic circuit boards. But basically, if we set these to make these guys, we do 1 per second here. I'm starting to realize. Let's see, 2.25. Oh, but these make them faster. So 2.25 crafting speed, whereas these guys are 1. So we can kind of cut this by half. So if we need 10 of these, normally we'd only need 5 of them in actuality to do the 2 per second that we want. Right? So that's okay. Because I was thinking that if we have 5 of these, we're going to need like 20. No, we still only need 4 per second. Okay, so we're okay. So yeah, so we'll do 5 of these guys making the stuff. We'll have 2 lines coming down with the things that we need for it, which is circuit boards, transistors, solder, and basic electronic components. The solder we already have. The circuit boards we'll make. We need 1 per second. And so with circuit boards, these make at the same rate as these guys. So if we have I think we could possibly set this up in a way where we could have a circuit board every 5 seconds, a circuit every 5 seconds, and it needs one more. We could potentially have 5 of these guys set up feeding into this guy, which would be awesome. Yeah, we can do that. So we'll make that work. But what we need is, for the transistors over here, we need plastic. Everything else we can do pretty easy. Tin copper wire is easy. Silicon wafers easy. But plastic, we need to get plastic going. So I kind of said that last episode, that to this episode we're going to start looking at plastic. So let's work on plastic. It's way over this way. I think I'm going to have it use the tin line. Yep. Over this early way. Use that up a little bit. Now I'm already making some plastic a little bit down here. However, there's 2 ways to make plastic. Right now we're doing this, what is this? Steam cracking. We're cracking methane to methanol. Methanol into propene and propene into liquid plastic. There we go. 100 bars of it. Nice. And this produces some residual gas, which can be used for other things. So this is potentially a thing that we could do. However, if I want a full belt of this stuff, how much is this making? 4 plastic every 2 seconds. That is 2 per second. So for a yellow belt, I would need 6 of these machines. 6 machines is going to require, let's see it, it's 20 liquid plastic per second is what they need. 6 machines would need 120 liquid per second. This makes 5 liquid per second. So we need a lot more of this. You can see it makes some plastic, and then 10, 20. Yeah. This is also 2.2 speed, but so let's say it makes 10 per second. We need 120 per second. We need 12 of these machines, which requires 40 propane gas per second. This is not making near that much. This makes 80 every 2 seconds. So we've got some backlog. Distillery is not what we want. Now we do have these chemical plants that make things a little bit faster. Crafting speed 2. Oh, that's a steam cracker. We only have the one steam cracker type. So, ultimately, this does 80 propene every 2 seconds, so 40 propene per second. We need 40 propene per second, so if we use 12 of these guys, or 6 of these guys, was it? No, 12 of these guys. We need 12 of these guys. That's a lot of stuff. So let's take a look at the other style of making propene. Cracking naphtha to propene. Here you can see we're getting roughly this also uses steam though. There must be, hold on. Here we are. Steam cracker Mark II, but it requires blue science. Okay, so what we might not need to do then is actually, instead of making, see this one's only 1.5 speed. Oil steam cracking, gas stream cracking. Yeah, it's the same type of deal. So maybe you use a combination of these two things, although that requires a, where is it? Red metal catalyst, which requires iron and copper ore. We can do that. We have tons of iron and copper ore. So let's do something a little crazy, because we can. I'm going to come up here to our our two machines here. Wrong deal. Let's make a copper iron ore line that comes way down here. Oops. I don't know how to drag a thing. All right. And we'll bring it over this way to where our naphtha is. Now, this naphtha cracking, how do we do it? Also in a steam cracker. Oh. We need some stone brick. Let's go grab some stone brick. Always something. Huh. Here. I'll just take the whole lot that we can fit. Really need to make roads and stuff in between all these areas. We'll come down here. There we go. Let's make some steam crackers. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Throw all that crap in there. This has been my kind of like my trash silo. All right, and do we have some steam crackers now? We want this to propene. Yep. We need... We still need steam though, which sucks. Like, steam is a real pain in the butt. We have these electronic boilers. But if we look at them, 80% efficiency. I had one over here working and it just doesn't produce the amount of steam that you kind of hope for. So you can see this thing's working overtime to produce enough purified water from steam, just from steam. Two of these guys you know, if they're doing what they can, but uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Crap. Been dealing with this a little bit too, guys. Friggin' biters. And things are so far away that when it happens, they usually blow up quite a bit of stuff. Alright. They're just doing belts for now. I'm coming. As long as they don't blow up my freaking silos. And it was like one guy. Let's see. These guys are affected. These guys are about to be affected. We really need to go kill a bunch of biters. Ruthenium chunks, jewelite chunks. The only problem with the biter situation is they're getting stronger. Like, this is a bunch of biters we have to deal with. We're going to have to worry about these guys in a minute. All of this. There's these guys, but they, I mean, I don't know how, if they would send a whole deal all the way around. But we definitely have to deal with them. For now, why don't we... I'm going to put just some guns down. Put my sniper turret down here, maybe. That should give at least a little bit of protection on those guys. In the interim, I think in between episodes, I'll go and deal with some of our biter problems. I do want to get this plastic up and going though, so we can start moving on. I feel like we've been in kind of a rut, kind of like building up a bunch of stuff. Obviously, I did all this, which was huge, took tons of time, but I don't feel like we've been progressing as much as I'd like to. Let's get some balloon lights going so we can actually see things down here. These balloon lights are awesome. They light up quite a large area. As you can see. One more right over here should do it. Okay, so we've got to do the steam, but that doesn't make a lot of steam. These boilers can. Energy consumption, 6.6 megawatts. I mean, these things eat up so much energy. 1.5 megawatts. Well, that's kind of interesting. I wonder if these are more efficient than actually using fuel on... I wonder if that's kind of what it's meant to do. Because it says that these boilers are 60% efficient. See there? But these electric ones are 80%. Is it possible to get them completely off of fuel? Let's do a little test. I know we were talking about doing plastic, but until we figure out the steam issue, we're not going to be able to do plastic. They're freaking huge, that's for sure. But because if these produce 2.1 megawatts. All right. One of them would be used to power the boiler, but the other one would be just pure power. So let's do this. Let's do a little test here. I'm going to do half of our line. What is the deal? Oh. We got so much crap in our inventory. Oh, it's because we have all these brick in here. I forgot about that. So let's make a bunch of these. How many did I need? Four of them. We'll need to upgrade our... Oh no, we can just move them a little bit. Must have done something bad. Alright, are we making these things? Yeah. I should probably start over here. Okay, so it looks like our electricity is struggling. So I'm going to do something a little drastic here. I'm going to turn off half of our factory. Right, and are all you out of power now? Oh, yeah. Look, we can't even see the world because of that. So what's going on here? Are we not? Oh, this might just be because we're not. Okay. So the question is, do we just need more of these going? I don't think so. I think we're just kind of, if we're going to do something like this, we need a baseline that burner inserters. Oh. Where'd the rest of my burner inserters go? Pretty sure I picked up all of those burner inserters. Did I put them in this box? No? Oh, they're on the ground. Wonderful. So we were at like 45 before. And we couldn't quite keep up with the demand. These guys are building up. Yeah. Because it looks like what we can produce is like 90. We're using 45. But we were struggling with those electric boilers. Here's what we should do. Sorry, this kind of turned into a bit of a... Oop, I bumped the mic. This turned into a kind of a bit of an episode about experimentation for science. But I'm curious now. All right, so if we put that there and we get... We get two of our boiler Mark IIs here. Provide them some fuel. And we get one of these cooling towers. It's steam. We need... Yeah, see how it never, like, has to, like, fill up? Give me one of these inline, where are those inline tanks? Like just one of these guys. Whereas this guy, if you see it, look at it, it's struggling. What if we replace this with one of these boilers? Where'd they go? Oh, it's still up here. I'm confused. Why was it? So with two of them, it's like but you see how the steam is like not building up here, whereas on these guys it is building up? 235 temperature. 15, 235, 235. Oh, the temperature's lower on these guys. Oh, okay. Okay. So if they have a lower temperature, so it makes me wonder if we get better electric boilers eventually so that we can like make it happen better. And again, this is related to our plastic because the point is that these electric boilers don't really produce the steam we need to keep some of these machines running at like maximum capacity. So with two of these regular goobs, I don't know why I made two more of those guys. I can just do something like this here. All right, oh look, our inventory's full again, for crying out loud. Do we have a long one? Yeah, we can take these boilers here. And now this guy will go like clockwork. I just wish there was a way. That's the one thing about steam and consumption. Steam consumption is it's not very easy to kind of see how it works, right? How to calculate it out. But now this thing is like churning 100% instead of piecewise like it was. So that makes me think that the best solution for our plastic would be regular boilers that will require a fuel source. So if we look at our steam cracker down here, this episode's a little bit long, but if we look at our steam cracker down here, cracking methane, I want to watch it and see if I don't want this to stop here. Let's do this. I want to see, because right now it looks like we might be able to do a 1-for-1 on these steam crackers. Maybe even a 2-for-1. We did make up a bunch of these guys, right? I'm not sure. We'll have to play around with it. All right, guys. This episode's gone on like forever, so I'm sorry about the a lot of the theory craft there, but we had to figure out how we were going to make the steam deal work to get these things working. We'll craft up the. We can stop that. We could probably get one of these guys going to do our. Work with our stuff up here. This we want to be these red metal catalysts. Are we seriously just run out of belt? Oh my gosh. So we'll make these guys in here. We'll have to make some of these container bits. But they make a bunch of them, and this only requires 1 per deal. I think we could do something like this. In fact, you're just too big. All right. So if we put our steam guys down here like so, huh, we can offload these guys here. And like so. We need a space in between these guys. This will make these things and then kick out that. So we could do kind of a similar deal. Here, that brings these guys back. And then we'll have different pipes. Going through here, although these ones, yep. Are going to have to be a little bit longer so that we can go like this. Here. There's that, and then we would get some steam going. So let's do a electric boiler. We need a pump. Doing water. There we go. And it looks like this is steam is plenty enough for these guys. And then the propene is made into liquid plastic when what? Liquefiers? Alright, so we got liquefiers here. 100 propene every 4 seconds. 40 propene every 2 seconds. It's almost. Almost 1-to-1. Not quite though. So we can actually pool up our propene and then make a line of the plastic dealy-woms. For now, we'll just do it like so. And like so. Let's get some stone pipe in here. These guys are making liquid plastic. And these make... They're fast, right? Yep. So these guys are making 10 per second, basically. I need 20 per second, so that's for 2 of these guys. So if we do something like that, and then we should be able to go like this, and like this, and like this. And voila, we're making plastic. Alright, what's the holdup? Oh. These friggin' catalysts. Oh. We have no way to offload them. Did I make any more of these guys? Now the trick with these will be to make sure that we... Here, let's do this. We don't make too many of them so that it messes up our loop. And we should probably... balance them. We definitely need more, though. Let's make 50 more of these guys. I'm basically just trying to make sure that if we have everything to where we need it, can these guys produce? Alright, so we're now at 100% productivity. All right. $100 every 4 seconds. These guys require 40 every 2 seconds. Oh, but they're so fast. They need 40 every 2 seconds, but they move fast. They actually need 40 per second. And this is only doing 25 per second. So 2 of these to 1 of these guys is actually a proper ratio. So if I pull this guy out, let me see. I have these guys already, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so this guy is moving top notch. These guys need 40 per second, roughly, plus a little bit because they're actually 2.25. So I think if we use this ratio, it's not quite enough. Well, here. Let me pick you up and put you down again. I hate when it has that like little 0.9 crap in there. It bothers me that point whatever. Yeah. So this is making 10 per second. This is making a bar every 2 seconds. There's that 0.1 nonsense again. Yeah, this thing is churning, but it's not quite enough for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like just barely, but that's because this thing is only... Didn't I make a yellow one for this? I could have sworn I made a yellow. Maybe that was for this thing. Here, let's use a yellow one of these guys. Yeah, so now I think if we did 2 to 1 on these guys, we could be good. All right. But I'm going to finish this up here, guys. Unfortunately, we're way out of time. This episode was so long, and I'm so sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, tap on the like button. And if you really enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe for more content. But until next time, I've been Shadowblade. You guys stay sharp.